Hello and greetings, fellow StarCrafters. This is PGO Milncraft.
And Two-Toed Sloth.
And this is Game 4 between oGsMC and...
TSL, or more recently, EGPuma.
EGPuma. Now, don't be confused. oGsMC is, in fact, blue this game. He was red the previous games, and TSL Puma is now red.
But
he was
luckily,
blue.
they're still Protoss.
Oh, no, he was yellow, wasn't he?
Yeah, they switched it up.
They're just switching up all these sorts of colors. I mean, they're going for the rainbow effect, really.
And we want to mention, too, this is the finals of the North American Star League.
Yeah, absolutely. So, this is the finals. MC definitely the favorite here. TSL Puma, not even a member of the GSL. He's in Code B, not even Code A. And so definitely the underdog here, but he's
up 2-1.
He's up 2-1. Absolutely. So, he's done some great jobs. Great control with his ghost and able to deal some serious blows to oGsMC there.
Those EMPs. But last game we saw that the story of the game was the High Templar and their storms.
Yeah, those storms were quite effective, especially that last storm right by the side.
Such good storms.
Able to destroy just so many units in that army.
So let's see what the builds are. You know, the last few games it looked like Puma's been going for a Marine Marauder medevac build, and and then sprinkling in with some ghost EMPs.
Yep, bio, very standard against Protoss, very effective against Protoss. Of course, you have to be a little careful as you generally want to try to stay ahead on bases when you're going bio. Or in Puma's case, or you want to stay ahead on upgrades, but he wasn't able to do really either, but he was just able to EMP his way to victory in the previous games. And so that was kind of his method of victory. In the last game, he didn't have any ghosts when he moved out, and so he just ended up losing that game. Meanwhile, the pro from MC is going to go ahead and skedaddle in here. It's going to go ahead and see the refinery, and it's probably going to slide on out. As the barracks is finishing pretty soon. He's going to try to harass.
Knife the worker.
Not going to get it, though, as the barracks is going to finish. And the refinery down for Puma as well, so he's not doing any sort of run racks, fast expansion like we saw in the Metalopolis game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. And it looks like we have our cybernetic score, and he's actually going for early second gas. It looks like.
Yep. If he's getting a second gas, that means that he's not going for a 1-gate fast expand, or he's not going for a 4-gate. 4-gates tend to not be too popular against Terran anyway.
I'm just gonna scout this and wonder what's up. We're gonna see more airplay. You think from oGsMC?
Yeah, quite possibly. He seems to love his Phoenixes.
He loves those
every
Phoenixes.
game he's gotten Phoenixes so far. He's down 1-2 in those games, but the Phoenixes were incredibly effective in the previous game.
Yeah, the previous game with the Void Rays, I think, was the big changer for that.
Yeah, the Void Rays
push really helped him out.
Yeah, put his opponent definitely on the back foot. MC was able to secure his expansion well before Puma was, even though Puma was able to build it first.
He did not scout the starport, had no idea what was going on, but
Puma, of course, lost his force as well with his push out, which made it even harder to hold. If he had held his force back, he definitely would have had the forces to be able to hold that out.
That's right. Robo.
MC is going for a 1-gate Robo.
Which is
that's interesting.
That's so uncommon.
Yeah, that's actually incredibly uncommon because Immortals aren't terribly effective against early game Terran because there's so many Marines in early game Terran.
It's usually Marines and not Marauder heavy, so.
I think he's just been going for an Observer. I think, and then he's probably going to be getting an expansion pretty soon as well.
And go for Colossus.
And probably transition into Colossus. He is getting a gateway. It looks like he's going to be getting another gateway. So he's doing a 3-gate Robo before his expansion. He wants his expansion to be very safe. Meanwhile, Puma is going for the starport, going to be going for Banshees. I don't think MC saw this, so MC was smart by getting the Observer.
Yeah, MC saw the early gas, and he assumed, it was either mech play or Banshee probably that was going to come out of that, so... that's
why
he also took a quick tech path.
Yep, and getting the quick Robo is going to be very effective, of course, against these Banshees, especially since Puma is committing to Cloak even before his first Banshee, which, delays your first Banshee, but means that your first Banshee will be arriving right about when Cloak finishes.
He's going to be over there, he's going to be like, what? Oh, crap, that was a lot of resources spent.
Unfortunately, when he gets there, even though Cloak will be finished, that's not a good thing because he won't be able to cancel it because that's normally what you'd want to do against the Observer that you see that your opponent has, and we see the Observer coming out right now.
He could get too far out though. Sometimes that happens. That always happens to me in games. I send my ob out, and then DTs come to my back door, and I'm like, well, my ob's across the map, but I had it.
oGsMC though will probably spot the starport rather with the tech lab and recognize that Banshees are coming and get a second Observer is what I would guess.
Yeah, he's smart. I'm not really. So.
And that Observer is going to see that right away, and he's going to see Cloak as well. If Puma recognizes that, it's possible he'll want to try to cancel the Cloak, or he might just try to go for it anyway. It does put a higher threshold on how much damage your Banshees have to do before they've made up their cost.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, MC's got his forces in position. TSO Puma knows that his forces were spotted and decided to
go back.
Oh, it looks like he is in fact going to go back. He does have an STV over here. That might be for a hidden expansion. It also might be for later scouting.
Go home, Banshee. You failed.
Banshee has changed his mind. It looks like he just wanted to clear out the watchtowers or make sure that they were empty. And he is going to be going in right here. And probably going to try to snipe as many workers as possible. MC is well prepared for it. If he sends in 2 Banshees at once, though, which we have seen nice control from Puma,
excellent.
Then that could be very well could be done as well. MC doesn't.
Not even going to get a.
Oh.
Is he going to get a?
No, he's focusing down the stalkers. That's not a very good idea.
Well, he tried to.
And he's going to lose that Banshee.
Oh!
Barely able to save that Banshee.
How much HP is 10 HP?
1 hit away from being taken out. The other Banshee is moving out up here, but Puma has not even. He just started his expansion, and MC's is finished, and MC has his robotics bay on the way. So this is going to be a tough position for MC to defend here. Meanwhile, let's take a look at that Banshee, moving directly into his opponent's forces. Not always the best thing in the world.
But he will get a kill.
He will get a kill. He's going to get another kill.
3?
Not quite control. But he might be able to get a free sentry kill. Nice control from MC being able to bring that sentry back. And Puma decides not to move it anymore. He wants to save that Banshee. Meanwhile, the other Banshee's just hanging out up here. He actually didn't decloak it. But that's okay. It's not that big a steal in the world. It just means his energy is going to be a little bit lower. And that SCV was, in fact, getting a hidden third expansion. Which means that Puma knows that he's going to be ahead in this game. He just needs to hold any sort of aggression from MC.
That's right.
MC, of course, very vigilant player, I would say. Very good about keeping his probes, scouting around, checking for those kinds of hidden expansions.
On the board. I mean, there's 3 obs on the board now. Is it 2 or 3?
He's got 2.
He has 2.
I believe he has 2.
I don't know if he had 3.
We can go ahead and check it. Yep, just 2. 2 obs on the board is going to stop most kind of Banshee harass. This Banshee doesn't even have enough for Cloak. He's going to move in, take out 1 sentry. Not going to go for the probe rather. Not going to go for the sentry kill.
Cost back. He only has 3 or 4 worker kills right now. 2 Banshees and Cloak.
Yeah, not enough.
Such a huge investment. With that gas.
Yeah, absolutely, very big investment that it's not going to pay off. And Banshees are effective within the main army, but the Cloak doesn't really help you there either, unless you're able to snipe the observers. Of course, Puma's control has been good in the past, and so it's possible he would be able to snipe those observers.
First Colossae is popped. We do have extended thermal lancer on the way too.
Yeah, and we actually
Whoa, your computer. This is
looks like my
Nice
computer's
computer. It's lagging like crazy.
Slow motion. Looks like I think we'll be catching up pretty soon.
That's right. PGL Millcraft over here gives you slow motion StarCraft. That's how high tech we are at Pro
We should
Gaming
zoom
Leagues.
in and see the Banshee floating at low speed. Oh, we can't even see
cool
it.
because you're looking at the cliff.
Oh, those cliffs
I
are
wonder
nice.
what's down. What's down? Is this
I do want to say one of the best things for
in the Grand Canyon or something?
One of the things I really like about StarCraft 2 is they've been very good about the backgrounds. They even have that level where there's a little shark. It looks like we're back up to full
shark's
speed.
Awesome. I love watching that guy.
Yep.
It was like playing what was it? It was a single player map, one of them that has the shark. I stopped. I was like, "There's a shark there." Just watched it for 5 minutes. It's like that is so cool.
It's actually the same shark that swims in hatcheries when they're building. No, it's not actually the same.
That'd be awesome.
Looks like my computer's back up to speed. It's decided to stop being slow. Sorry about that, miners.
That's like the only race we're missing. We need a water race now. There's great white sharks.
It's like the Naga from Warcraft 3. Unfortunately, never fully fleshed out. I always liked the Naga. One cool thing, which I don't know if you know this about StarCraft 2, but actually you can create custom races in StarCraft 2 and play them in melee maps. And
what?
And you can play them in a map as a melee map. You can't, obviously you can in a tournament. Make your own race.
I am God.
I made this Naga race. My workers have 5,000 hit points.
I harvest all the minerals at once on the entire map. You lose.
But you can make your own custom races. So actually, honestly, I look forward to 5 race games. That could be incredibly effective and just really cool. I really would enjoy watching a game like that. We do have a little scout going in from MC. Now, one of the things we should talk about, there was a Raven here to detect that, so that observer needs to be a little careful, is that MC had to be a little more careful with his observers. He had to keep both of them back. So that it would be much harder to detect this expansion here. And so that might be part of Puma's strategy there, to get the 2 cloaked Banshee. Look at that snipe.
You know what's ironic about this whole thing is the one time Phoenixes would actually be useful he doesn't have them. You know?
Right, Phoenixes would actually be incredibly useful there. Although he doesn't have a robotics bay. Oh, does he have a robotics bay?
He does. Yeah, he's been pumping out Colossi forever.
Yeah, he does. Okay, he has 3
And
Colossus.
Where do you think the ops came from?
He does have 3 Colossus, but he's getting a 3rd observer. Now, he should, if he's smart, should be positioning his observers around to be able to check for that 3rd expansion.
Yeah, I'm really surprised he actually hasn't checked for it already with some form of, a stalker poking around or a probe.
Yeah, absolutely. Should be sending something. Now, Charge, I believe, is already finished. Where is the Zealot? No, Charge is not finished. He's getting Blink first.
So, Puma, you you still have the opportunity to snipe it at the last second.
Blink Stalker is, of course, very effective against Banshees, and Puma will have his chance to be able to snipe the Twilight Council and take out Charge. Still not able to spot that hidden expansion, though. It looks like it's not too fully saturated, however, that is another orbital, and that's one place where he can drop all of his mules. And actually, it looks like his worker count...
If that stays up for a long time, that puts Puma right back in the game. He has Ghost on the way, and...
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. He can be able to come back in this game. And the Harvester count is equal, which is not a good thing for Protoss to be in. Because MC is a base down, and he doesn't know he's a base down. It looks like he is able to take out one Marauder up here. It's going to be very difficult to engage up here. There is a point defense drone. Good placement on the point defense drone. Looks like MC is going to be able to snipe it, though. But it is going to absorb a lot of those shots there. And not able to take out the point defense drone. Another one comes down. And the good thing about those point defense drones is if you put them in a place where you're likely to need them again, like, right in the middle of your
they don't go away
defense,
for a really long time.
They survive for 180 seconds and they regenerate energy.
Meanwhile, your Ravens regenerate energy. And Ravens are awesome, man. I love seeing Ravens come out of the field, especially against Protoss. Point defense drones are just
so good against
freaking
stalkers.
Good against stalkers.
And actually, here's something most of you probably don't know is that point defense drones actually regenerate energy faster than other units. Their regeneration rate is like 0.9, I think, as opposed to most, which is like 0.56.
There you go, kids. You can tell your parents, what'd you learn today? I learned that point defense drones regenerate energy faster. Another StarCraft units.
But you see them both regenerating energy so that they can absorb more shots, and that observer's dead.
Goodbye, observer.
Why are that move command?
Okay, there we go. Like, seriously?
I really don't want that observer to live there. That is a lot of Vikings, though. Those Vikings will be very effective against the Colossus. It's a lot of it's going to defend on positioning, though, and of course the Storm is ready. Oh no, Storm is not done.
Storm is not done.
Oh, that's just for feedback. He's going to try to feedback the Raven, I think, or possibly some of the Medevacs. These Medevacs have a lot of energy.
You really need Storm right now to hit this well, I think, to break even with
Storm would be very effective if he had it. Unfortunately, he doesn't. So, he's going to feedback the Ghost. No, he gets sniped.
Oh,
nice control from Puma.
From Puma.
Yeah, absolutely. Wants to EMP those stalkers. Nice EMP on those stalkers.
Nice.
And able to take out that probe, and he's going to want to EMP right here in this little ball, able to take out the energy from the sentries, prevent any force fields, and that's exactly what he's going to aim for. And actually, MC probably should have tried to feedback, but instead he wanted to get another Archon. Nice EMPs, able to take out most of the energy from the sentries. He's only got enough energy left for a couple of Guardian shields.
This ball looks deadly right here.
Very deadly, and that's exactly the kind of environment that Puma wants to fight in. It limits the surface area for the Zealots. You can see the Zealots bouncing around behind the sentries and bouncing around behind each other. Puma able to deal a lot of DPS, able to land the Vikings up on the high ground. Great job on this part.
Excellent micro and control. I mean, wow.
And able to deal a lot of damage. Look at him dropping that mule, showing MC who's boss. Puma. Puma's boss.
Goes up 3-1. Man, even after wasting all of those minerals and gas on quick Banshees.
Yeah, that hidden expansion definitely came through in the end. MC, I don't think MC still does not know that hidden expansion there. He might be kicking himself in those replays. I know that I hate when I lose a game of hidden expansion. Nothing angers me more.
I think he just sat on it too long.
Yeah,
MC was just sitting in his base.
He was sitting on 2 base. He needed to either push out. He had the Colossus lead. He let Puma catch up with his Vikings. Wasn't able to do much.
And he had the Templars out there for a long time, not getting Storm. I mean, one Storm on top of that Marauder army, they're all weak. That would have been a totally different game because the Vikings, they're okay, but they can't really hold their own against ground units.
Yeah, absolutely, and especially because the Vikings were on top of the regular ground forces, they would have been hit by the Storm as well and dealt a lot of damage. It would have been a big investment by MC, but definitely he would have been worth it to make that investment. He decided to go for Archons instead, and that ended up being his undoing. He did have a third base, but no saturation over there.
No saturation at all. 17 minutes in the game. It's too late given the. Yeah, he should have had that done.
Yeah, he should have had his third base done earlier. I think probably he didn't see the third base expansion, so we thought like they were even on bases.
They thought they were probably gearing up for the pushes that Puma has done.
Yeah, exactly. Going for those 2-gate pushes, it scared MC back, and so MC didn't push out.
I really think
Puma was weak.
Puma's in his head right now. Puma's totally in his head.
Puma's in MC's head.
And he should be. Puma's control has been excellent. MC is known as like a really good micro player.
Right.
Super good micro. Doesn't throw away units, but Puma's. Landing the Vikings on top is just beautiful to watch.
Yeah, absolutely.